Hi and welcome to PJChats, where we wear our pajamas and share our personal journeys on all things girly. But rest assured, it will always be family friendly. Today I'm here with Sofia, our wonderful hair artist, and we are going to talk about bedhead.
Yeah, bedhead and how to avoid it.
So before we get really into bedhead, because every time I see you, your hair is absolutely gorgeous and impeccable. So I'm assuming you don't actually have bedhead.
I do. It's a misconception. Hairdressers do have bedhead. We just don't maybe have it as often. Really what kind of the difference between hairdressers and the general populace when it comes to our hair is, for one, we tend to be much more patient when doing our hair. And for two, we have a schedule. So I don't know about you, but I tend to wash my hair maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. How often do you wash your hair?
I used to wash it every single day.
Okay.
And sometimes twice a day because I love to swim. And my hair was just a mess. I mean, not a scruffy mess like I'm known for, but just the condition of it was terrible. So then I was encouraged to leave it every 2 days, every 3 days, and now 4 days, and that's ideal for me. I'm a bit of a grease nut though, so if I leave it any longer than that, yeah, I'm a bit of a grease nut.
Yeah, that tends to be about average. I mean, most people tend to overwash their hair. It really depends on the texture though, because if you have really fine hair, sometimes you have to wash it every day. But realistically, every 3 to 4 days for the average hair type really works. Myself, because I have a really intense color and I've bleached it out several times, it's quite dry.
Hang on a minute. This is not your natural colour. Oh my. Stop the presses. This is not her natural colour. I was so sure it was.
I know, it just grows like this.
It does. I mean, I thought it was just sort of reflected off of whatever you wore.
Yeah, no, that would be nice. It would be less maintenance for me, but no, it's not natural.
And her eyebrows aren't even purple.
They're not.
What do we call this colour?
This is kind of like a grey-violet.
Oh, now you see, I have grey, and it is natural. No, well, they're white.
Those are your wisdom coming through. It's your naturally platinum blonde highlights.
Well, I do agree there.
Yeah.
I do, and I've worked very hard with them. And I thought at one point I would never colour them, but now seeing yours purple, we could just do each one little, so you could really count how much wisdom I have.
How much wisdom, yeah.
So we're up to about 3 right now. That's a lot of wisdom.
It is a lot of wisdom.
It is. It's going to get more. Anyway, I digress. I do apologise. So you bleach your hair, so the texture of it's different, all that stuff's different, and therefore how you wash it and how you treat it is different.
Yes, so because it's so dry, I tend to only wash it either once a week or even once every 2 weeks. I'll still rinse it maybe once a week, put some conditioner through it. But when I was talking about scheduling for your hair washing, what I will do personally is I will either wash it or wet it down and condition it on day 1. And I'll take the time to blow dry it and either round brush it or curl it or do some sort of style to it so that it looks really, really good. So that in itself will probably take me, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what I'm doing. But if I'm putting all that work in on day 1, then I just have little tips and tricks that we're going to talk about later that are going to kind of help you that will help you maintain that look. So I'm spending an hour on day 1, but then on day 2 and day 3 and day 4, I'm literally just waking up in the morning, taking the pins out of my hair, running my fingers through it or running a brush through my hair and then walking out the door. And people think that I spend a lot of time on my hair, and I do sometimes, but I put the basis of the work in on one day so that I can reap the results for the rest of the week.
I like that because in my mind, every time I picture you, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she must spend like 3 hours a day on her hair. And because I have this reputation for a creative look, different kind of creative to yours, but a creative look, that I just thought, well, I'm not going to spend 2-3 hours a day. I mean, come on, we know, don't we know, life before looks, but there are times where looks are important. When I'm up on stage, I actually brush it. things like that, you know, going for an interview or a meeting with a client, I actually brush my hair. And thanks to you, I even style it now.
Ooh.
I do, and I have product, not buckets and buckets of it, just bits and pieces that you've told me what to use and how to use it. And get this, I know you're going to be green with envy. I have a video to watch on how to do my hair by the expert.
I think it's really important. Like, as you were saying, it's not something that you have to do all the time. But I find that when you at least know how to do your own hair and your own style, then you're able to feel more confident about it. You can throw together a look and, you know, whether it's going for an interview or even going to the grocery store or taking yourself out for a drink, because who says you need to have a date for that?
Exactly.
It's just nice to have the skills and the confidence to be able to do something that makes you feel good.
That's true, because honestly, before, I used to think that being as I couldn't style my own hair, I mean, I tried everything. And then I went the whole, I'll just perm it route because I'm curly from here down, flat as a pancake on top. Curl the whole thing. You just wash it and you're done. And in the 80s, I looked fantastic. Me and Michael Jackson had the same hairstylist. Make it curly, make it wet, make it look wet all day long, and you're done. But apparently the 80s are over. It took me a little while to figure that out.
I know. We're so disappointed.
I
love big hair.
And you know, I tried permanent since, didn't go well. So what I thought was, because I couldn't style it nicely, just go with it all the time, as just know and accept and embrace that my hair is a bit scruffy all the time. But there are those times it needs to be tidy, and that's what you're showing me. How flipping simple it was to make it look tidy, make me feel good about getting on the camera or getting up on stage, meeting that client, you know, without having to sort of keep doing this the whole conversation. Been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, that's why I started doing the tutorials in the first place, is because people would say, I love the way you style my hair in the chair, but I just can't achieve the same results at home. And really, that's what I want you to be able to do, is achieve those results at home. And you don't have to have a bajillion products, like you said. Maybe just 2 or 3 that are specifically tailored for your hair type and for your needs.
Right.
You know,
yeah, to keep those wisdom streaks
where they're supposed to be.
Exactly. Because they do have a tendency to do this little, like,
I'm
here.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah, exactly. Now, right now, your hair, other than the fact it's purple, looks very elegant. It looks like she could be a little school mom. And I've seen your hair where it's like Little Alice in Wonderland to rocker. So, do you want to show us a little what's going on under the very smooth, perfectly
exterior
coiffed hair?
Yeah, of course. So while I do that, I'll show you guys kind of what I do in the evenings.
Ooh.
So we talked about on your wash day, right?
Yes,
Washing
wash
it,
day.
spending the time to blow dry it really nice and smooth. I use a round brush, really making it nice. Now for the evenings, what I'll do, and I have my handy dandy bobby pins here, but what I'll do is I'll put all my hair on the top of my head.
Let me just pan in so they can have a good look at that beautiful noodle noggin of yours. There we are. And you might have to just snack this way ever such a tad. There we are. Can you see that? Lovely. Now, looky here. Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Oh, see? Little hedgehog.
Now, the reason my head is shaved all the way around is because I have a lot of it.
Oh.
And before, it used to take me, I want to say about 45 minutes to an hour just to blow dry it. Like with the round brush. It was a lot. So I shaved most of it so I wouldn't have to deal with it because it was a big hassle.
In that theory, I should be gluing some on because I hardly have any hair anymore. I used to have tons. And it's so thin, maybe I should get, we should just swap.
We'll swap, yeah, I'll add some of yours.
Okay, perfect.
So I just did a little bun on the top of my head, as you can see here.
Yeah, nice bun.
And then I just take a couple bobby pins and pin them in just
I can see,
on a couple corners, just so they interlock, so it stays on the top of my head. Because that's the best for volume, is if you can pile all your curls or all your hair on the top of your head.
Snuggling, darling, snuggling. We don't want to lose you off the camera. There, look at that. Look at that. There. So I don't have bobby pins, but I'm gonna learn today. I'm gonna copy what you're doing.
So same kind of idea. All the top.
Scooped it all up.
Yeah.
See, and I don't even have as much as yours, and it ain't shaved. All right, scoop it all on the top. There we are, elegant. give it a twist.
Yeah.
Pretend I got bobby pins to
Well, you can use a little
switch
clip like you do
over.
have here.
I love these clips.
Yeah, they're great. They're easy.
Very good. Except
So
I
right
think
on the
this one-
top.
There.
There you go.
Is that on the top?
So then all your hair comes up, so you get that
Right.
most amount of volume.
Got it. Oh, there's. That's why you shaved it, so you don't have these little rat towels.
Exactly.
Do you remember at 80s, my 80s friends, when we used to actually shave it like that and keep a little rat towel at the back? Always wanted that. Now I've got it. All right, I'll just smack it in there.
Perfect.
All right, sorry. What's next, miss?
So that's our step 1. Our
See,
step
she's gone
2,
from school mom to rocking.
right? So our next step is grabbing our silk scarves.
Da, 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 da. Oh, yours is really silk.
Yeah, it's quite,
Mine's makeshift silk.
well,
That's okay.
silk or satin. And realistically, it doesn't matter what they look like because no one's going to see them anyway. You're just going to be sleeping with them in.
It depends who you're sleeping with.
Well, I guess so.
But hey, if they worry what your scarf looks like,
Then
they're the wrong person.
Exactly. Anyway, so we take our silk scarf and we do it, if it's like a square, we take the corner so it goes into a triangle.
There we are. Pan back
There we
out a
go.
bit so you can see it.
Perfect.
There we go.
So it goes to a little triangle like this.
Mm-hmm.
And we put it around, so then we have the 2 corners on the front.
All right. Stick it around 2 corners.
In the front. There you go.
Oh, I feel like Queen.
Right?
Queenie, she wears this.
Creamy. Okay. So let me take these 2 and basically securing them at the base of the back of your neck.
Got it.
And then up to the top. And then tie them.
Oh, boy. I think mine's a little big.
That's okay.
Don't mind me.
Just like that. Perfect. And then you can tie it again. I like to because then it keeps the bit nice and secure. Just
Got
like
it.
that. Okay?
Got it.
Okay.
Hey, this
Then you
is-
take the
this
back
is good.
corner, so the last triangle piece, and you just pull it so it comes to the front,
Woo.
like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So then you put it in the middle of the 2,
Put it in the middle of the 2. Got
and
it.
then grab that piece, and then grab these on the other side like that. So it makes it nice and tight.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now you can just make a little bow.
Oh, my goodness. It's like tying your shoelaces on your head.
Exactly. Just like that. Right?
So good.
Perfect.
Perfect. We
There
got it.
you go. So now you can sleep in this. And what I like about wrapping up my hair in either a silk or satin sheet is it basically reduces the friction on your hair. So if you think of your hair like fabric, if it's laying against cotton all the time, it has more friction. Where if it's laying against either silk or satin, then there's less friction. Then it really reduces the frizz.
I like that. So, reduce the frizz. Blah.
This is what I do, and I sleep like this, and then I'll take it out in the morning, take out my pins, and then run a brush through it, and that's basically it. That's all I do.
That is incredible. So, I mean, I remember, well, Queenie's always got a headscarf on. Good old Queenie.
Like
She's
the
always
Queen?
There's only one Queen,
Well,
darling.
there's Queen, but he's passed away since.
No, the
But I mean,
Queenie,
the
you know.
Queen. Okay, sorry.
Good old Queenie. She's always wearing a headscarf. And I remember in the good old days, before me, I know, you know, but before me, it was always rollers and their headscarf. Is
Yeah.
that why?
Yeah, that's basically the same idea. So it was more in fashion, right?
Yeah.
To have more of that structured, I don't want to say helmet, but helmet hair, right? Where it's all back home to perfection. It doesn't move.
Right.
But you would put your rollers in, and you can still do that now. Put rollers in your hair, and then put the scarf on, sleep in it, and then in the morning take the rollers out, and then just brush them through. That still looks quite nice.
Now, can I imagine from this conversation that when you sleep, you're sort of one of those sleepers who just goes, and that's it, you don't budge? Because I wrestle. I mean, look, I'm sitting here for a little while and already my sock's half hanging off and everything, and I haven't even gone to sleep yet. So, I mean, for me,
No.
it's like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Really sort of martial arts game wrestling match. Trying to have a sleep. So on that note, I imagine rollers would be digging in. My pins would be where they're not meant to be, and my scarf would be somewhere on my husband's head.
Yes, and that's another thing that is beneficial to me because I only have hair on the top of my head. So I can roll over and it doesn't matter, right? So for you, if there were rollers, yeah, they would have to be a little bit, well, instead of getting the Velcro rollers, you could get the softer rollers, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to. Or when I was growing up, I really liked the Shirley Temple curls. My mom would just put rags in my hair.
Aww.
So that was easy to sleep in, right? Because then the rags are nice and soft. They're not too hard.
Okay.
But that's the idea. But we have a king size bed for that reason.
For your hair. So if you have hair just on the top of your head and you want it to stay good, get a king size bed. So if there's any sponsors out there, we will sell you a king size bed for you.
It keeps the marriage, working because I like my space, because he's on that side and I'm on this side, and if he tries to put a toe over, he gets karate chopped.
Body pillows are for. People told me body pillows are for hugging. I'm like, no, they're for the
divide. Yeah, no, they're for the divide. That's your side. This is mine. I agree with that.
So king size bed, silky headscarf.
Yes.
And it's all good.
Yeah. And the last tip I wanted to share with everybody was the shower caps. So if we can take a moment,
I think
pause.
So. But I think for now we should grab our tea and sit with our headscarves on because this is I could get used to wearing this all the time. Right. Cheers. I hope you've got your headscarf on. If not, while we take this break, go get yourself a headscarf, tie a knot. See you later. Cheers. All right.
How's my hair? Looks good.
It's gorgeous, darling. How's mine?
It's good.
It's good. Is it scruffy enough?
Scruffy enough, yes.
Okay. Because, I don't want to be too attractive. I don't want to outshine you or anything. So, did you give it a try? Your hair scarf? Mine's so flipping comfortable, I think I might keep it on. Yeah. I might get a different one for every day of the week. What do you think? All right. So, now you gracefully took yours off camera. And, well, she's better at knots and things. Anyway, thankfully mine's so big. Whew! There it is. So I think we look ready to go out as we are, really. Mm-hmm. Now, you said scheduling. I think scheduling's a great idea because nearly every time I have to go somewhere and I actually want to take the time to do my hair, I've forgotten about it until about half an hour before I'm due to go out. Mm-hmm. And by which time my hair's looking like this. And as some of the networking ladies at my eWomen network group will testify, it looks like this more often than not. And so when you say scheduling, do you look at your calendar and think, okay, on that day I have to be somewhere, I want to look a certain way, especially because you style yours in so many different styles. So I'm going to do that, which means that's going to be day one, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so I have a pretty good system because of... I go so long in between washes. So I normally wash it or will wet it down to rinse it on Sunday or Monday because those are my days off, or Sunday, Mondays. I work Tuesday to Saturday. So I'll do it on the Monday and then I have it for the rest of the week. And then by the next weekend, when it starts to get a little grimy, I have to put dry shampoo in it. Or
hold the press. What was that? Dry shampoo?
Dry shampoo.
The heck is dry shampoo? It
the greatest thing since sliced bread. How do you not know about dry shampoo?
Tea is the greatest thing since sliced bread. All right, dry shampoo. So you're shampooing it.
So dry shampoo is basically a powder. If you think about it kind of like baby powder, where it absorbs all the oil from your hair. And it deodorizes it and it gives you some volume so that you can go a day or 2 or 3 in between washes, basically. I start using it maybe on day 4 or 5. That's kind of when I start to get a little greasier. So I'll start using it then.
And what do you do with it?
You just put it on your roots. So there's different kinds. There's
baby powder on your bum and
hair powder on your hair. Yeah.
Do not get the two muddled, or there'll be volume where you do not want it.
For the rest of the week, before I get to the day 4,
right?
I will just use a shower cap because I shower every day, but I don't want to get my hair wet. Blasphemy.
Darn, I was thinking that if you're not washing your hair for 2 weeks, you didn't have to shower for 2 weeks.
No, unfortunately not.
It's a bit of a problem these days, isn't it?
Well, especially when I'm cutting hair, right? There's all these little hairs on me at the end of the day. I get really itchy.
And she gets right close to us when she's cutting her hair. Yeah. That would be a How loyal are you to your hairdresser?
I know. Personal space isn't a thing for hairdressers. I just get right in there.
So that's an interesting point, because even though I don't wash my hair every day, I stick it up like this, and then I do this funny little movement in the shower
This dance
to get everything else, and I to not get my hair wet.
Yeah, no. Shower caps. That's another great invention.
You get them all the time at the hotel, right?
Yeah, they're just easy.
But I've never actually... Do you know what I use these for?
What?
If I'm doing a mask workshop... Oh, I bet that's loud on the microphone. If I'm doing Sorry. If I'm doing a mask workshop in my creative coaching workshops, then we often put the hair thingy, shower cap on, so that all your hair is out the way for when I do a cast of your face, you see. Because people don't like it when I do a cast of their face and still half their hair.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's going to get loud. Hang on. Like that?
Close. Need to get all these hairs, because any hair that's going to be subject to the moisture, or just not even getting wet in the shower, but it's just all about the humidity in the shower, right? Because the humidity is going to do just as much damage as if you were to get your hair wet. So,
really? I never even thought of that.
Yeah, so you basically want to cover as much as humanly possible.
I don't think they make one big enough with my little...
There we go. So you basically want to protect your hair not only from the actual water itself, but also from the heat and the humidity of the shower. So that's why I always wear a shower cap. Always, 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 always. Always.
Now, is yours boring like this, or do you have one like your pajamas?
I have one like my pajamas.
Okay.
I have multiple colored ones. I have different patterns on them, polka dots and whatnot.
Huh.
It's quite colorful.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a much better picture of her home life.
And I don't actually wash my hair in the shower. I usually wash it, if I'm washing it at home, I wash it in the sink. Or if I'm at work, obviously, I'll wash it at the salon. Because I have a really intense fashion color, I have to wash it with ice cold water. And I am not about to get into the shower with ice cold water, because that's just torture.
But you have to do really, really cold water?
Yes, because my hair color, otherwise it fades really fast. Anytime that you wash your hair, if it's colored, you wash it with hot water, it opens up the cuticle, so the color fades faster. So if you want your color to last longer, you need to wash it with cold water. But nobody wants to take a cold shower. Right. So I shower and wash my hair separately. So my head's in the sink and I'm washing it, you know.
That's another reason to shave all around there, because then you can just dip in the top bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I had no idea.
There's methods to my madness.
So there goes my idea of having purple hair for a while. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up in a cloth overnight, because we spent all this time making it all look pretty, and of course to protect it for health. It's not just about pretty, it's about keeping your hair healthy. Your hair really shows the health of your body through the condition of it. Like, I had no idea. So I'm busy making sure that I'm getting physically well again after some illness. And all of a sudden I realized that I'd lost a lot of hair. It was really brittle. I mean, you can't stretch it or anything anymore. It's like protecting it. So these tips are all good for that too, right? Excellent.
Yeah, it's a reflection of what's going on your body on the inside, right? I think that's a really great analogy. So it is about taking care of your hair, but it's a great reflection to see how you can take care of yourself better too.
Right. So before we continue with our little steamy shower cap here, you brought something up that I've been wanting to ask you. She's not just a hairstylist. As I said earlier, she's a sculptor with hair. I mean, she does fantastic things to other people's hair, not just for everyday stuff, but for competitions, all that good stuff. And you do some really, really radical things to your hair from one day to the next, or when it's scheduled from 1 week to the next. So how do you protect the health of your hair when you're doing things like that may need heat and dyes and bleaches and all the things I have no idea about?
Great question. So one is I don't wash it very often, as I said earlier. I don't use a lot of heat styling on it, because if I wash it on day one, I'll blow dry it, so that's heat styling, but then I won't worry about heat styling it again for maybe a couple days. So there's definitely, it's not like I'm flat ironing it every single day. I'm not applying heat all the time. It's in specific times of the week. But another big thing is using thermal protecting products. So before I blow dry, I will put in products in my hair to help protect against damage. So I'm really aware of how much heat styling I do, but really making sure that I have a thermal protector product in my hair so that if I go to touch it up later on in the week, I know that my hair is already protected.
So that stuff isn't just a sales pitch. That actually does protect the hair.
Yes.
Well, you know what I mean. For all those product developers out there, ever so sorry, but it's always seemed like, you know, protect you from heat, protect you from this, protect it, but it actually does work.
Yeah, it actually does work. And as I said, it's not the amount of products that you have, it's what you're using specifically. Right. So I have a lot of different products in my bathroom because I go for a whole bunch of different effects, but I have my, you know, top maybe 2 or 3 that I consistently use on a regular basis, that are that basis of protection for my hair, and then I can do a whole bunch of crazy stuff afterwards. But yeah, it's really working on whatever works best for you, but yeah.
I'm learning so much. I do hope you are too. So now we've got a shower cap. Now what? We've had a shower. We're all clean.
Yeah, and then you can just take it off.
That's it. That I managed to do all by myself. So from there, I mean, now what? Because if this is my day where it's not the day I'm going to spend an hour or something, I'm not scheduling today, or I guess I am scheduling, but it's not scheduling to make it all pretty, then by just taking it down, it'll look good.
That's the idea. That's the idea behind it, is that if you spend more time on day one, then as long as you're protecting it through products, you're wearing the shower cap so that you don't have more humidity that's making it more frizzy. You're wearing your silk scarf at night, so you're reducing the amount of frizz that you're going to get in the nighttime from moving around and fighting with all the cushions. As long as you're doing all those things, then yeah, the idea is that you should be able to get in the morning, take your silk scarf off, take out your pins or your clip or whatever, and then run your fingers through it or run a brush through it, and you're good to go.
All right, let's have a look then. Hang on, let's pan her in. That's not my belly, by the way. That's the coho ferry pulling in. Look at that. Wow, we almost look alike. Okay, but I have to say, I didn't style mine before we started this today. In fact, last night I went to bed with wet hair, and I do that partly because I'm lazy, and partly because I knew today we were going to talk about bedhead, and I thought, well, I'm going to just see what's the worst my hair can look like. So I haven't actually brushed this since I washed it yesterday afternoon, and it's very nice and soft, but it's not so manageable. Of course, if I'd have styled it like you had, then it would all look fan-dabby-dozy right now just by whopping it out of a shower cap.
Yeah, of course. But even with your hair, you know, like it has that natural kind of kink and wave to it. Yeah. So if you wanted to leave it like this, then you could maybe just spray in some beach spray or something to give it.
Spray?
Yeah, it's like a sea salt spray.
Seriously?
Yeah, because then it works with your curls.
Am I the only one that doesn't know any of this stuff?
I don't know.
Really? Dry shampoo, beach spray. I mean, I've lived by the ocean quite a bit of my life, and we used to get beach spray out of our hair. You're saying I can put it in?
Yeah, because if you have something like this where it's kind of a softer, you know, look, you have a little bit more movement in your hair, it's kind of a curl but not really, and it's got a little bit of frizz to it, you just take some of the some beach spray, spray it in, it gives a little bit more grit to it and a little bit more definition, but then it looks like you have the beach hair on purpose. That's really trendy right now, so you're on trend.
Did you hear that? I'm trendy. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely going to try the beach spray. I'm going to try that. So I'll either get some from you or I'll pop down and stand by the sea. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm not really into beauty products and all that. But as I said earlier, I do find it important. There's certain times you want to tidy yourself up for the right impression, whether it's going for a job interview, whether I'm getting up on stage. And part of that, if I'm speaking to an audience for 5 hours, doing workshops and things with them, I'm not going to run around blowing the hair out of my face. So it needs to be tidy ahead of time so that I don't even have to think about it. It's not getting in my way. It's not doing that tickly thing around my cheeks and all that kind of stuff. So there is that sometimes needing to tidy oneself up other than enjoying tidy oneself up and really expressing yourself through your hair.
Exactly.
As an artist.
Because that's why I really became a hairstylist and why I really enjoy the industry that I'm in, is because I find fashion and hair and how you present yourself is really just an expression of who you are. And so you will see me at the different networking events that we go to. Sometimes I'll dress a little bit more conservative with my hair down. You can't tell that I have the shaved sides. Or sometimes I'll wear it up in this big messy pompadour on the top of my head, and so it's much more rocker. It really is how I'm feeling that day. So I'm not dressing as much for other people, but I'm dressing for myself. And I'm really expressing myself through my hair and through the clothes that I put on and the makeup I do. And, you know, I find it's a really great form of self-expression.
I love what you're saying there, because it's not just about expressing ourselves even, it's expressing yourself in that moment. So which one of yourselves or which part of yourself are you expressing in that moment?
Exactly, because we're not just one-dimensional, right? As human beings, we have so many different facets of who we are in different moments of our lives.
I remember somebody coming up to me in that art school and saying to me, he was quite miffed by it all, and he just said, "I just don't know who you are." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, one minute you're wearing this Lady Diana dress and the next minute you're all artsy fartsy, like which one are you?" And that stuck with me for over these 3 decades of both and neither. Like my clothes and my hair aren't who I am, but I'm showing you a bit of who I am through my hair, my clothes, my actions, my words, my everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's having that that expression, and that's the fun of it.
What to sort of finish us up with? What are you thinking?
Well, I guess just as a basic recap for what we talked about was scheduling your hair days. So you know when you're going to be washing it, making sure that you have the time to round brush blow dry or blow dry your hair however you would like it for that day, so you get that longevity out of it. And then in the evenings, using your silk scarf, wrapping your hair up so that it doesn't get as tangled in the evening or doesn't frizz out on you as much. And then definitely using the shower cap. I think those are really some 3 great points that people can take away and use them practically, you know, at home. So hopefully that helps you guys learn a little bit more about how you can style your hair, and a couple tips and tricks for you to cut down that frizz and cut down the time that you're spending on a daily basis.
I think so, because we all want to look gorgeous, but we know it's life before looks. And, you know, add that 4th tip is let your hair and what you wear be a little bit of a paint palette for you. Just let it be a little way of expressing who you are in that moment, in that day. You can always change it. You know who you are authentically. Let's share a little bit of fun and explore different ways. I mean, it's just hair. It's just hair.
It grows back.
It does. It does. Absolutely. So that's it for us at PJ Chats for this week. I would love to thank Sofia. She's been phenomenal.
Thanks, guys.
Honestly, her videos are great. So she makes me look like an amateur. Well, I am an amateur.
We're both amateurs. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, on the scale of amateur, she's up there, at least a couple of more notches. So on her YouTube channel, you can see videos where she's doing other people's hair, as well as how she does her own, perhaps with a style that might interest you or a problem you're having. Like my problem was how to do that round brushy thing without spending hours. And so, as I said, I've got my own little video to keep referring back to, and I've got it down tickety-boo. It's great. So if you're local, you know you can book Sofia. for your own hairstyle. If not, find her on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all those wonderful things. Throw your question out there. Throw your problem out there. Show a picture of the hair. I saw somebody put up a picture on your channel today of what they might like for their special wedding day. So let's engage, people. Let's chat. You can also subscribe at my page, Facebook, YouTube, all those good things. Basically, here at PJ Chats, we want to get to know you. This has been PJ Chats, where we wore our pajamas and shared our personal journeys on all things girly. And today it was bedhead. Thanks ever so much for doing that. I'm CherylAnn Webster, creator of the Beautiful Women Project. You know where to find me, CherylAnnWebster.com. Sofia's information will all be at the back of the video. Take good care until the next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Celebrate you. Bye. Yay.
Yeah.
So, you all set?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
sure?
I'm all ready.
All right.
How's my hair? Looks good.
It's gorgeous, darling. How's mine?
It's good.
It's good. Is it scruffy enough?
Scruffy enough, yes.
Okay. Because, you know, I don't want to be too attractive. I don't want to outshine you or anything.